I'm in my sewing room cleaning so I can start Karen Brown's declutter challenge. It's that bad. It needs cleaning before I declutter. And look what I've run across. This adorable panel. The squirrel in my head screams, quilt! I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a quilt together starting at 9 o'clock at night. Stick with me. You can't say it's not going to be fun. So I bought this panel on closeout and I ended up getting these two pieces that were part of the line with it. And it was actually, I guess you could call it a panel, but it wasn't a panel. There were 6 of the pieces and they were placemats. And I want to show you these placemats. I chose not to use them because of the writing. It's just kind of not my style. That's okay. If someone loves them out there, email me. I'll send them to you. I think they're cute, but I didn't want them in my quilt. I was so taken by the trees and the watercolor in this design that I thought I can really do something with it. And I'm going to. I'm also going to bring in this fabric, this wood grain. It's kind of a gray barnwood, and I think it's going to blend. I'm also going to bring in some green to go with the trees. Not a lot, just a itsy bitsy teeny weeny amount. And this is the green I'm going to use. The reason I'm using this green is because there's like 4 different greens in it. Let me get started turning these placemats into a cozy quilt just for you. And I'm serious, the first person that emails me, I'm going to put those 3 placemats in the mail to you. Enjoy the rest of the video. The first thing I'm going to do is cut out the panels and start playing with them on the wall because I don't really know what I'm doing. Now, I don't know if you can see it or not, but in the background of this and this fabric, it looks like it's barnwood. And I happen to have this piece of barnwood that I bought for another project. And I think it's going to be perfect in here. What I'm going to do is cut some 2.5-inch strips and play around with those. See, I don't even know where to start. I'm flipping fabric around like I'm selling it. Let's get to some cutting, kids. I'm going to take some selvages because I save selvages and I think this is totally cute. I'm taking a generous 2 inches off. The reason I take so much when I take selvages, and by the way, you still have 22 inches when you're done, is because I want the color and the design of the fabric, not just the skimpy little words. You guys have seen what I do with selvages, right? Okay. Then I'm going to save this in my selvage bin. I'll pull an Eleanor Burns there. This fabric by Deb Strain, it's called Homegrown, is running the length of the fabric. And I don't know that I want it cut the width. I think I want my planks to be long like this. So I'm just going to figure out, you're going to laugh, I'm going to be cutting my piece around the selvage. So I want this much selvage. Now I want to take my selvage off. They're cute selvages. I take the cute selvages. I'm just kind of addicted to selvages. And then I want to cut 2.5-inch strips out of this to match the other pieces. Right now is the big gnarly snowstorm. I talked to a lady from Michigan today. They're just kind of hunkered down up there because it's snow like they haven't seen in years. That is why I'm doing this quilt. And this is what we always sing in our family when it's weather like this. Okay, are you ready for this? Snow, 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 snow. I'm gonna make a quilt of snow. Sorry guys. Okay, that should be enough for now. You know what would be cute? Some fussy cut snowflakes, but I don't know if I have the patience for that. First, I'm gonna cut some of this icy blue. Notice I'm not taking this selvage. It's not cute, Mr. Robert Kaufman. You know what? These would be cute in the 4 patches. Yeah, yes, they would. I've just made an executive decision. There's a lot of snowflakes in here. Cool, cool, cool. Do I want this little beastie boy next to it? I kind of think so. All right. We're sewing already. How about that? I have my strips pressed. First I finger press them, and I have to show you what I used. Do you like my my snowflake nails? Kind of the theme today. But what I'm going to do next is cut these into 2.5-inch pieces and make 4 patches. Why don't you join me? I lost some film last night because my batteries died. That's what I get for chasing squirrels. These are the blocks that I made that I wanted you to see. I started with a 4 patch. Next, I added a white border with snowflakes around the 4 patch. Then I finished that with 3 more strips. Now, how cute is that? I really like it. But it still isn't as wide as the framed placemat, which is what I need. So I added a thin border of the icy blue. The center is sewn, and this is what I've gotten so far. 6 blocks with the 2 horizontal sashing strips. I'm no longer stumped as to how to finish it after I see this. Cute! I so wish we were live because you guys all would have told me that I had these 2 blocks flipped. I didn't realize it until I sewed them together with this strip right here. But when I finished, I decided that it needed that strip carried out. Now I think it's getting really, really cute. And I'm getting super excited. Can you see this? It's exactly at the halfway point. I measured down, it found the half on this. I just want to show you, I've made these little units out of the extra 4 patches. And I'm going to put one here, and I think I'm going to do my barnwood border, and that is going to go between them. Here, let me do it like this. So that's my first border. I'm kind of excited. And then I'm going to be ready for some plain old borders because I want to get this done. What do you think? I figured out the measurement between here and here. It's not that tough. Phone calculators help. Put this block in. Made sure to orient it the same way as that block. So this white side is to the inside. And then I've got this already sewed. I'm going to put these on. And I'm going to use the same process to figure out the bottom border. I've got my strips already cut for that. Here I go. I'm kind of getting excited. This is my very last border for this quilt, and I'm going to, just to prove that I do know how to put a border on, I have measured it and it fits this. Here is the center. I've pinned them. I'm just going to start with the center, matching the pins, taking one out. Then I'm going to come over to the edge, all the while talking with a pin in my mouth. This isn't a super wide quilt. I think it's only going to be 60 wide. So I can do this easily on my table and stretch it out right in front of your eyes. But I pop a few pins in to hold it because I want my borders to be pretty exact. And she is ready to sew on. You know, I always say I want to do this. Now I want to run out and put it on the long arm and get it quilted. Truthfully, and by the way, did you notice I back tacked? This is the last seam sewn on this quilt, the last outside seam. The reason I back tack is so it won't come apart. I'm pretty excited to show this to you. Let me iron this and I'll throw it up on the design wall. I would like to take a quick minute to thank everyone for the response I got in the comments of my t-shirt quilt. So many of you learned something, and a lot of you have overcome your fear of making a t-shirt quilt. At least that's what you say. Vicki Chandler, thank you for your comments. You're welcome. Then Renee Stovall, thank you for the super thanks. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your support. And you appreciated my clear comments. Oh my gosh. I've never heard that from any of the kids or the engineer. So that just made my day, Renee. Thanks. Then Darlene Ross, I got your card. Thank you so much. I still send cards too, and I really appreciate that you took the time to write you. I appreciate it. And Joanne Smith, thank you. I got your letter and the foundation product that you sent. I can't wait to try it. You didn't need to send it, but how sweet of you to think of me and pass it along. I loved your letter. Girl, you have got some quilting spirit in you. All of the experiences you shared with me just made me smile. Oh, I also called your brother and sister-in-law and told on you. You know, one of these days I think we just may meet. Ta-da! Oh, I know. Do you want to build it? It is still coming down outside. Let me tell you, the snowstorm is just pounding Idaho, and we are getting whacked, but good. Yeah, the engineer and I aren't going anywhere tomorrow. We won't be able to leave the house probably. But here's my snowman. Let me stand back so you can see it. Don't you think it turned out great? I do. This was a good squirrel that I took away and what I learned from it. The number one lesson is don't let an odd-shaped panel like a placemat stop you from using it in a quilt. When I saw these snowmen, I just thought, oh my gosh, they are so cute. Even the ones with the writing on are adorable. This fabric that goes with it. And then when I found the wood planks, it just kind of went Barney. It just looked so good. Not Barney Fife, but you know, Barney. Anyway, my number 2 lesson, stay away from just plain borders. I really had fun making these blocks. They whooped up so fast, and you can see how to do them. I used 2.5-inch strips, and I made a 4-patch, and then I bordered them. And here, I bordered them a couple of times. Look how great it looks breaking up the border and giving this quilt interest. I think this quilt would have a totally different look and be quite boring if it just had borders without something in them. A third takeaway, do not be afraid of color. Oh my gosh, color is what makes the world go round, I swear. I love it. Who would have thought green would look great in a snowman quilt that was all blue and white? I was so thrilled that I could play off of the greens in the trees. And you know, this border right up here is only 1/2 inch wide. Here's a little hint when you're doing a narrow border. Cut precisely, pin and sew. If you're doing a border this small where it's going to show up 1/2 inch and you kind of mess it up, it's going to show. Take your time. Then the last, I have a goal to get my channel to 50,000 subscribers by mid-year. That's the end of July, and I am going to push it. The part that I'm going to take is I'm going to make some incredible content, and I'm going to push it and make even more content than I usually do. But I can't do it without you. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, would you mind subscribing? I would really, really appreciate it. We YouTubers love subscribers, we love comments, and we love thumbs up. You gonna help a girl out? I'd appreciate it. You know, until next week, I've got something really, really cute planned for you. I can't wait to get it done, but you're just gonna have to wait, and I'll see you next week. Bye.